Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Explainer of Mysteries here, and I'm here to talk about my experience as someone who has been all up and down the financial spectrum. Yes, I know that I'm a little stuffy right now, and I'm gonna try not to clear my throat, and if I do, I'll hit the pause button, so if I sound a little nasally, that's why. As someone who has been all up and down the financial spectrum, I've been everywhere from having a lot of money and not worrying about tomorrow, not worrying about my bills, not worrying about, little expenses, all the way to struggling to make ends meet. I can tell you what it's like, and I've also had times where my health has varied wildly. There were times in my life where I was doing really well. I was super energetic. I had all the energy in the world. And there were times where my health has declined rapidly. So, you make a combination of these two, and you get four possible outcomes with that: good health, bad money, bad money, bad health, bad health, bad money, and good health and good money. That's what it was like. So, to understand money and to attract money, you have to understand rich people. Now, a lot of rich people are in a state of scarcity. They have a scarcity mindset. And while it may not show through their finances, at least not initially, it does show in other areas of their life. And that's why a lot of the elite, a lot of rich people feel the need to control others and to hurt others. There's other reasons, as reaping what you sow, and the law of contracts and other sorts of things. Much of the world is run by what we cannot see. There's in the Bible and in the scripture it says, we wrestle not with flesh and blood. We wrestle with, principalities in high places. And I know I paraphrase part of that. However, it is important to recognize. And don't get me wrong, there are definitely rich people that have an extreme scarcity mindset. They're just showing their scarcity in different ways. And a lot of rich people are narcissistic. I made an upload a short just earlier this week talking about how, if power is abused, if power is taken for granted, it can be taken away. And that can come in many forms. Now, oftentimes, it tends to come in the form of correspondence. Everything in the world happens in corresponding manners. And decided to use the symbol of Malkut for the thumbnail in this video and for the background image. Because for Malkut, well, you see the four elements, the four directions, the four quadrants, and I uploaded a bit earlier on, so I'm not going to be repeating myself here. Although it is good to repeat myself from time to time, not only for all of you, but ultimately for myself. I uploaded these videos and I have this channel ultimately for myself because the wealth that I have, I focus inwards. I don't focus it on trying to control others. I don't focus it on trying to better others. I better myself, and as a result, others will become better along with that. Now, mind you, I do give my money to charity. I do help out others when I can. I do give money to others. I do help out the homeless. I help out others in many ways. And I also know that ultimately everything comes from within. And so it's good to have these times where we can really reflect. That's part of this channel. I'm here to remind you of things that most, if not all of you, already know, and just need a reminder. Perhaps I am working on making my videos more presentable and less analytical. However, that is what is right now. And we'll see each other soon next time.